Good afternoon, my dear children. So we are back with another video of your statistics chapter 1. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the importance of statistics in economics. So as of now, after going through discussing so many things, so we have realized how important the statistics is in economics. So following this, the Professor Tippett, he have captured the importance of statistics in economics, and he has said that a day might come when the Department of Economics in the university will go out of the control of the economic theoretician and come under the control of statistical workshop, in the same manner as the Department of Physics and Chemistry have come under the control of experimental laboratories. So he has said that a day will come, like university, when you go to the higher university, there is the Department of Economics, Department of Physics, Department of Chemistry, isn't it? A day might come like where the Department of Economics will be out of control and it will come under the control of the statistical workshop, as the same way the physics and chemistry are under the control of experimental laboratories. So indeed this statistics has emerged as a lifeline of economics. So it is because that the growing use of statistics by the economist that the subject like econometrics have added to the horizon of economics. So econometrics is basically economics, it is basically dealing with the economics statistics. Okay, so students of as a students of class 11, you may note the following points to highlight the significance of statistics in economics. So the first important point is quantitative expression of economic problems. So in order to express the quantitative economic problem in quantitative way, so we use statistics, isn't it? So like there are economic problems like the problem of unemployment, the problem of price rise, the problem of shrinking exports. The first task of the economist is to understand its magnitude through its, and that magnitude will be able to understand only through the quantitative expression. So for example, in order to, like if it is the problem of unemployment, then we may make it quantitative expression using 20% of the India's working population is unemployed. So this kind of thing. So like in order to express the quantitative expression of economic problem. So economic problems are being expressed in the quantitative expression. So first importance is this. Another is the intersectoral and intertemporal. So economics like do not merely they stopped at the quantitative expression of the problem. They just move on through further, they would try to further comprehend the problem through this intersectoral and intertemporal comparison. So intersectoral comparison means the comparison among the sectors, like various sectors, okay, primary, secondary, tertiary, and the rural, urban. So like analyzing the problem of unemployment, the economist would to know the magnitude of unemployment that is there in across the rural area and urban area. This means the intersectoral, and intertemporal means understanding the change in the magnitude of the economic problem over a period of time. Like over a period of time, like how there is making comparison over a different plan periods of the rural and urban unemployment. So intersectoral means among the sector comparison, intertemporal means over a period of time comparison. So this is another important. So in order to make this kind of comparison, we need statistics in economics. Another is the working out cause and effect relationship. So economists always they try to find out the cause and effect relationship of different sets of data, because it will help them to diagnose the effective diagnosis of the problem. Okay, diagnose the problem in an effective way. So thus through their statistical study, economics come to know that it is because of the decline in demand, the investment in the economy has tended to shrink. So they suggest the government some measures as to how to increase the level of demand in the economy. So in order to work out this cause and effect relationship, we need statistics in economics. Okay, so all that is possible. To know the cause and effect relationship, we require such statistics in economics. Another importance is construction of economic theories or models. So economic theory, what is economic theory? It is an established statistical relationship with the different sets of statistical data, offering a conclusion of economic significance. Okay, so the well-known the inverse relationship between the price and the demand. So whenever there is decrease in price, demand will increase. Whenever there is increase in price, demand will decrease. So that is basically this is established established by the statistical relationship, and therefore is a part of the economic theory, isn't it? So your PPF is also a statistical theory. Statistical relationship, it established, there is established statistical relationship, isn't it? So that is also a part of the economic theory. So we need statistics and economics in the construction of the economic theories or the economic models. Another is the economic forecasting. Okay, so economists do forecasting, like weather forecasting, like also they the forecasting through statistical studies. Here the forecasting doesn't mean the astrological prediction and all. So only we only mean to assess and ascertain the future course of certain events. So in the future planning, in the future what will be the scenario. So starting the behavior of the price change over the several years, the economist can make statistical forecasting about the likely trend or pattern of the price level in the near future. So that type of thing is called economic forecasting. So that is possible only because of the statistics and economics. Another importance is the formulation of policies. Okay, so like various policies, monetary policy, fiscal policy. So how does the finance minister decides to increase or decrease taxation as a source of the government revenue? Obviously that is possible only through the statistical study. So statistical investigation is done that the finance minister get feedback and on the tax paying capacity of the people and revenue needs of the government. Accordingly, tax rates are fixed to get the maximum possible revenue with minimum possible discomfort to the people. So various formulation of policies, economic policy, it also depends on statistics, on statistical studies only. Another is the economic problem. So what is economic problem? So economic equilibrium. Okay, economic equilibrium. So equilibrium means a state of balance for the producers or the consumer, where the producer finds that his profit are maximum, where the consumer finds that his satisfaction is maximum. Okay, so that is a point of rest, where they are getting maximum and they don't want to change. So it is this economic equilibrium is we get only through the use of statistical method. Okay, so like the profit of the producers, or how the profits of the producers are maximized, and how the consumer gets maximum satisfaction. So this is the equilibrium. In order to know about the equilibrium, economic equilibrium, we require the help of a statistical studies. Okay, so all these things are possible only because of the statistics. So these are the various importance of statistics in economics. Thus, so much is the significance of statistics in economics that the Marshall, one of the economists, great economist of the past century, has conceded that the statistics are the straw out of which I, like every other economist, have to make bricks. So it is like a straw out of which the bricks has to be made. Surely, so the statistics is a hub of the wheel of the economic studies, and as a beginner like you of class 11, those who have studying economics, statistics in economics for the first time, so you must focus on the hub to precisely understand the movement of the entire wheel. So that means as a beginner you should be, that's why the statistics is there introduced in your syllabus, isn't it? In the very first beginning, you are the beginner. So for beginner like you should understand it like the hub in order to understand the movement of the entire wheel, in order to understand of the entire economic things. Okay, so because of that only, there is a huge importance of statistics in economics. It is one of the important element, isn't it? An important thing, which our economic study is entirely dependent upon. Okay, so these are the importance of statistics in economics. So with this we come to the end of your chapter 1 from your statistics. So concept of economics and the significance of statistics in economics. So here we discuss about the economics, then statistics in a singular sense, plural sense, and the scope of statistics. Then we discuss the importance of statistics in economics. So this is all about the chapter 1 of your statistics.